completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness, and the planes, multiple planes, everything.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Jagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. I welcome all the viewers and participants around the world in more than 150 countries for this life-changing Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Vrishabhrudar, manifesting through the Nijavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And would like to complete with all the participants that there is a small technical glitch that it was not available in some of the streams. So we just quickly restarted the program. And so we will quickly go through the grand narrative of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. He is born in the temple town of Tiruvannamalai. And he was initiated at the age of 3 in Bhalasanyas, and he was identified as an incarnation by many of the enlightened masters and the predecessors. The coronations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism over the years is being shown. So that includes the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam, Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam, then Madurai Adinam, then you have Tondai Mandalam Adinam, and Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, and 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Atal Peetam, and he is recognized as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in a congregation where 1000 plus pontiffs and Hindu seers were gathered. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism formed the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, which is the first Hindu nation for all the Hindus. It is the ancient revival of ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation. And what you're seeing here is a proud moment when all the Hindus rejoiced when the persecution that they went through over the centuries and the persecution that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism faced over a decade is brought to the international platform by the permanent ambassador of Sri Kailasa, presenting this whole thing in United Nations.
And transgender communities. In 2019, Kailasa approached the OHCHR presenting the case of persecution, and when this document reached the Indian media, a very well-funded defamation campaign was started by news sources which were supportive of the Union government, alleging treason and sedition on part of the Kailasa nation. A number of false cases were subsequently registered against Kailasa leaders, and one of our university campuses for women in the state of Gujarat was razed to the ground in a matter of days by mobs along with the local government. Kailasa has since submitted a number of reports on the persecution to various forums available within the UN, but not much action has been taken. In June 2021, Kailasa made a submission on the attacks of ASMT women in the session by the UN Committee on Elimination of Discrimination Against Women on the Rights of Indigenous Women, and further submitted reports how to end femicide and on gender
short segment showing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his contributions. And the next segment is going to be from the initiated Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul, who are going to demonstrate the superconscious powers of Paramashiva.
Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness and the planes, multiple planes, everything.
Yes, Nithyananda, let's now enter into the next segment of today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, which is the segment of power manifestation. We, the Balasans of the Nithyananda Rajavidya Gurukul, are honored and excited to have all of the participants with us live here today. And we are going to be your hosts in this power manifestation segment. My name is Manitya Yoga Pranananda, and along with me, I have Manitya Virijananda. Before we jump into the demonstration of these extraordinary Shaktis, let us understand and have a small introduction about these Shaktis. In the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest the 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis. Manifesting these powers is described as a science, a method for human beings to be able to explore the various states of consciousness and to be able to explore these Shaktis. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine, not from the cognition that you are a man and that you need to reach the divine. So let us now see what is the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis.
Yes. So, Shakti is expressed from the space of enlightenment. As a scientific, you establish a strong feeling connection with the Guru. And Shaktis are the source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are the powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. And Siddhis are a part of enlightenment, whereas Shaktis manifest to ordinary human being in an extraordinary way just by initiation of an avatar, and Shaktis are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from enlightenment itself. So let us now understand and how this science has been authenticated.
Yes. This extraordinary science of power manifestation is authenticated through 4 types of evidences, also known as pramanas. The first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural reference from our source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, which is the experience of our Aptas, the rishis and scientists who have time tested and verified this science. The third is the Atma Pramana, which is the experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji. And the last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the scientific observation done on these extraordinary Shaktis. So let us now understand who is the source of all of these Shaktis and how they came to place.
Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As a fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest existence, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, the five cosmic acts of Shrishti, their creation, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, regeneration, Drobhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living entities in the multiverse.
So, when every ultimate truth, jnana, is mapped into our consciousness, prajna, it starts manifesting as a power and a possibility for every being, prajnana. So, let us now watch a small video which explains about the science of initiation, the science of Diksha, how just with one initiation, by one look, touch, or word from the avatar, we can get initiated into manifesting these extraordinary Shaktis.
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarva Samapi Dikshanam Muktihi Kalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Muktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, meditation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar, Delhi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 82774 90091. Visit www.nithyananda.org.
So let us now get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. Let us now chant the Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye, which comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishtagmilitalochanaha kramena manasodaryat lakshaye lakshamuttamam. The translation goes, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshya, and by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the soul, Paramashivoham. The next is the Abdul Vimana for the power of third eye, which is taken from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 8, where Bhagavan Sri Krishna beautifully says Arjuna, Natumam shakyase drashtum अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्.
The translation goes, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you divine third eye vision, behold my cosmic opulence. So in the Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna initiates Arjuna the power of third eye to behold Sri Krishna's Vrishabhrudar Darshan, which is the vision of Sri Krishna's own cosmic form. In the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which contains a detailed description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form, is completely narrated by Arjuna as if he is Sri Krishna's first third eye.
Yes. So the next is the Atma Pramana, which is the experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In Swamiji's own words, the first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, and the whole 360-degree vision, the 10 directions, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of that as me.
And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific experimentation done on the science. So you can see over here a diagram which is being projected, which shows the studies and compare experts and activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states using the positron emission tomography, the PET. So when doing daily activity, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep state of Samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the brain is active. So with this beautiful understanding we get from the Pravanas, let us get into the demonstration time.
So without further delay, let us enter into the demonstration. Along with me, I have the surgical eye patches. As all of you can see, these are tested by the ophthalmologist and completely proven that no light can enter once it is placed on Mavarija's eyes, and it will completely stick around her eyes. So I am now going to be placing these eye patches on Mavarija's eyes, and then we'll be entering into the demonstration. Yes. Magarija, are you comfortable? Yes. Yes. So I request you to tilt your chin a little bit upwards and show all the viewers that there is no possible way for light to enter. So as all of you can see, the eye patch is completely stuck to her eye and there is no possible way for light to enter. Yes. So today we have something very interesting for all of the viewers and all of the participants. Ma Virija is going to be playing a small game through her third eye today. And yes, so let's get started. I request the screen to be projected. Yes. So Ma Virija is going to be naming out different continents through her third eye today. So I request the game to be started. And yes, so Ma Virija, you can go ahead and point out with the stick. And meanwhile, I request all of the participants who are viewing, please go ahead and post your comments in the chat section below. You can post any of your comments in different languages, or you can post anything which you want Ma Virija to read or write down, and she will be able to use her third eye and she will be reading out all of your comments. So I request all of you to please post your comments. Yes, Maharija, you can read. You can start reading out whatever you're able to.
So I request. So okay. So now I'm going to point out where Europe is in this area. Yes. Yes. Next is Antarctica, which is the bottom of the globe. Next is North America. Here. Next is Africa. Here.
Yes. Sorry for the technical glitch. Maharija, if you could wait for a few minutes.
Whatever I shared till now.
Yes. Sorry for the technical glitch. Maharija, you can go ahead and continue.
And the next is Oceania. Okay, I'm able to see there.
If you request that area to be.
The next is Asia. Here. Here. Next is South America.
Yes, that was amazing, Maharija. That was a beautiful demonstration. So why don't we? Meanwhile, I request all of the participants, please go ahead and continue posting your comments on the chat below. Yes, and all of you can actually select any topic which you want Maharija to do. As you can see, there are world countries, world capital, world flags, continents, earth, oceans, different topics on the screen. And I request all the participants, you can go ahead and choose anything. And you can throw a challenge with Maharija, and she will be connecting to Swamiji through her third eye by chanting the Mahavakya, and she will be manifesting through her third eye. So Maharija, you can go ahead and chant the Mahavakya 3 times. Connect to Swamiji in the space of oneness and start manifesting.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So I request the participants' comments to be projected on the screen. And yes, Mavirija, as the participants' comments are projected, you can go ahead and choose any one topic. Okay. Due to some technical glitches, we complete with all of the participants for the delay and for all the inconvenience. And this is what we wanted to demonstrate to all of you today, as all of you can see how beautifully Mavirija was able to manifest and was able to even play a beautiful game through her third eye, just by connecting to Swamiji in the space of oneness. And with this, we would like to thank all of the viewers. Please stay tuned for the upcoming sessions, followed by the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Bhagwan Vrishabhrudar, manifesting in the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. I will now be removing the eye patches from Mavirija. Yes, that was a very beautiful demonstration, Mavirija. We thank all of the viewers. Please stay tuned for the upcoming sessions. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness, and the planes, multiple planes, everything. You will become Paramashiva. whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness and the planes, multiple planes, everything. You will become Paramashivoham.
That beautiful segment of the power manifestation, let us move on into the next session where we will understand about what Bhagwan Vrishabhrudar stands for. In the ancient days, so many rishis, siddhas, munis, so many people, just by standing for dharma, they were able to experience higher states of consciousness, and they were able to get the darshan of many beings, divine beings like Bhagwan Vrishabhrudar. So stay tuned to understand what is dharma and how we can experience these higher states of consciousness. So do not miss, as now we are going to be learning about how we can experience these higher states of consciousness and get our whole being ready to receive the darshan of Bhagwan Vrishabhrudar. So stay tuned for the upcoming session.
What is Dhamma? Understand? I am defining Dhamma. Dhamma is the law of life which flows into you as the natural existential experience without any necessary for a spiritual practice or understanding. Please understand. Dhamma is the natural flow of law of life, natural flow of law of existence, without any necessity for any spiritual practice or understanding. Understand this truth. Understand, Dhamma is always non-controversial. Please listen. Anything other than Dharma, anything other than Dhamma, always will leave some incompletion in you, some controversy in you. Dhamma is the one and only non-controversial flow of life, flow of existence. All judgments lead to more and more arguments, appeal. But all the solutions based on Dhamma leaves both sides complete. Please listen. Because Dhamma is the natural law of life, natural existence of life. Dhamma does not need any special spiritual practice, special spiritual understanding. It is just established on one truth. What you don't want to be done to you, don't do it to others. That's all. Please understand. Dhamma is designed by rishis who enjoy solutions. Law is designed by liars who always think I should keep a little gray area for me to exploit it later on. But Dhamma is designed by rishis who are interested in solutions. The moment you remember some of the strong characteristics of the waking identity, you wake up from sleeping identity. Sleeping identity is called Sukshma Sarira. Deep sleep identity is called Karana Sarira. Waking identity is called Sthula Sarira. Enlightened identity can be called as Jnana Sarira. We can give our own name, Jnana Sarira. So understand, whenever you strongly remember some of the qualities of the Sthula Sarira, your Sukshma Sarira, the dreaming identity gets sucked into this identity. Whenever you remember some of the strong qualities of the Jnana Sarira, this identity, waking state identity, gets sucked into it. And Jnana Sarira's qualities is what I was explaining yesterday as Ananta Kalyana Guna. Thousands of auspicious qualities. When you remember any one of that Ananta Kalyana Guna strongly, this identity gets sucked into it. And that identity starts expressing through this body. That is what we call Dharma. When someone of the Ananta Kalyana Guna is strongly remembered by the waking identity, it just gets sucked into the enlightened identity, enlightened experience. You can't even use the word identity, it is wrong word. Enlightenment experience. And that qualities, that characteristics, which is beyond characteristics, which is beyond qualities, Sutta Swayam Prakasa, Jyotiranandamaya, Nirvigalpa Niranjana Niramaya Nirlamba Nirlapta Sagaja Sakshiswarupa Santa Saumya Sattvadita These are some of the Ananta Kalyana Gunas that starts oozing out, pouring itself through the identity which got sucked into that experience. When that experience oozes through the identity which was sucked into that experience, whatever way it oozes out is called dharma.
Need to raise to that extreme, powerful, intelligent, aware, you are not living mechanism, you are living organism. Listen carefully. See, you have various internal organs: heart, lungs, brain, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney. All these internal organs are centrally commanded, administered, made to function in a coordinated way on certain principle. All of them have certain understanding and principle among them. That principle is called dharma. Listen. So each one of you have dharma inside you. Just if you do little research, you can see very clearly how your heart supports digestion, your digestion system supports detox, how your kidney supports your lungs to function, how your lungs supply prana to the whole body and keeps you alive and active and energetic. All of them work aligned to a dharma, to certain principle. A very powerful, superior, independent intelligence is responsible for this whole organism. Understand? If you can just sit unclutched, you will understand that dharma, you will be able to decode the software on which you are functioning. You can see the software, how the command to your lungs is passed, how the commands to your digestion system is passed, what kind of command is given to your heart, how your brain cognizes everything. Whenever you sit unclutched, you can see all this happening. Your consciousness will automatically recognize the software, coding of the software based on which your organism is functioning. If you start celebrating that narration, that software coding, the secret coding, dharma, based on which you are functioning, your whole organism is functioning. Expand that same to the people who are around you. Dharma with which your body is functioning, use that same dharma to build your family, to build your teamily, to build friendship. If you know your dharma, you will use the same to build your teamily. You will know exactly with whom you should inspire, who should be given fear, who should be given greed, who should be given inspiration, who should be given love. Who should be given gifts, who should be given punishment. You will simply know the science of building your life. You just know to create an ecosystem where you celebrate your narration about you, your dharma about you, and where everyone around you celebrates you. This kind of an ecosystem, if you are able to build wherever you are Ishvara of your life. You are Ishvara of your life. If you know what is the code, what kind of a methodology you use to coordinate your heart and lungs and brain, how you inspire them, keep them active, alive, healthy. You will simply know how to keep your business and family active, alive, healthy. This science of knowing your dharma and extending that dharma to your family and team permanently makes you Ishvara of your life. It makes you Ishvara, leader of your life permanently. I ask you to practice unclutching, so you just know how everything happens inside you. You will know the secret software coding of your organism. That is all thought currents runs in front of us. We decide to which thought current we should give life. We decide to which thought current we should give life. Be adult and give life to the thought current which will give life to you. Understand? For anything you give life and that gives life to you is dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha means the statement has two meanings. One, if you protect dharma, dharma will protect you. Dharma is which protects you when you protect it. It is definition of dharma also. It is not only the quality of dharma explained, it is a definition of dharma also. Understand? The word dharmo rakshati rakshitaha means when you protect it, it protects you. And definition of dharma is when you protect, which protects you only is dharma. When you give life to a thought current and that thought current brings life to you, that is dharma. That is the right thought current. If you give life to the negative thought current, that is not going to bring life to you. It's going to kill you, destroy you. If you say, oh, I am a failure, 10 years I am here, nothing could be done, and let Swamiji, you don't have to sacrifice your seat and behave like a sacrificer. If you give life to this thought current, it's not going to give life back to you. So it is not dharma. You are giving life to adharma. Any thought current, if you give life to it and it gives life to you, that is dharma. Instead, if you give life to, hey, yes, I may not be completely as Swamiji wants, but surely a lot has happened. I am going to make it happen, keeping Swamiji's vision continuously. I am not going to waste time and energy and life in empowering the wrong thought currents. I am going to empower only the right thought currents, which is going to give life. So when you empower that and that gives life to you is dharma. Understand, all I am trying to tell you is Dhamma Understand, all I am trying to tell you is Dhamma is the natural flow of law of existence. And in your life, if you start aligning your inner being to Dhamma, you won the game. You won the game if you align yourself to Dhamma. You won the game if you can bring yourself to Dhamma. The whole completion process is just bringing yourself to a space where you experience constant Dhamma in the life. The complicated mental setups which does not let you realize Dhamma, burning them is
Then Swamiji, what is the role of Dharma in our lives? What is Dharma? How do you define Dharma? And how did it come into being? How does it exist? How should we look at Dharma in our day-to-day life, in our extended life?
See, if I have to give a literal meaning of the word Dharma, I should say natural law of life. That's a
Natural law of
literal
life.
meaning.
Yes.
If I have to give my interpretation, in every level, an individual's dharma is, it's my interpretation. I wanted to keep these two separate. The Shastra's definition of dharma is natural law of life.
Natural law
That
of
is
life.
the literal meaning. if I have to apply that in our day-to-day life, in an individual level, the individual's dharma is understanding the self, world, and God. That understanding is the first dharma. With this understanding, he starts making decisions in the world. How I should behave with people who are near to me. How I should behave with the people who are far away from me. How I should behave with people who have a conflict of interest. All these cognitions, decisions, he comes to based on what he thinks as himself and world and God. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Understanding these three is a basic dharma of an individual. Then the dharma comes, means next level. What is our dharma towards the society? What is our dharma towards the larger country? What is our dharma to our own clan? For example, doctors. Doctors have dharma to the doctors' clan. Engineers have dharma to the engineers' clan. Lawyers have dharma to the lawyers' clan. Entrepreneurs have dharma to the entrepreneurs' clan. All that comes next. But whole these questions, all these understandings of dharma and questions related to dharma can be answered by one formula. What is the idea I have about me? What is the idea I have about the world? What is the idea I have about God? Me, playing temporarily in the world, want to be permanently resting in God, is my dharma. For that, how I should behave with the world, how I should behave with me, how I should behave with God, should be the scale with which we measure at every moment.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. So, I can see in front of my eyes the Kailasa, Hindu nation manifesting beautifully the Hindu parliament system, the Hindu judiciary system, the Hindu administration system, the Hindu governance system, which we were working for last 26 years sincerely to revive, is getting revived and happening. I'm so happy with this whole revival happening. Today, I'm going to introduce 4 important words. Understand? There are some universal dharma. For example, yama, like ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. Non-violence, integrity, celibacy, living with minimalistic things, the minimalistic lifestyle, and non-stealing. These 5 are Sarvabhaumya Vrata, universal virtues. Whether you are a Shaivite, Vaishnavite, Smarta, Tantric, Agori, any sampradaya you may be. You may have a little different interpretation of these universal values in your sampradaya, but that value itself is sarvabhaumya, universal. Same way, Shravana Manana Nidhyasana. See, this yama, ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, these 5 is popularized by Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, but that does not mean this 5 belongs to only Yoga Sampradaya. This is universal. In Agama also, if you go to Agama, you will see the same yama, maybe with a little different definition, that's all. Different wording, that's all. And you go to Tantra, you will see the same 5 with maybe little different definition, that's all. If you go to Vedanta, you will find the same. Either Vaishnava or Shaiva, Shakta, Gaumara, Ganabhatya, Smarta, Agora, Pashubhata, in any tradition if you go, these 5 are like a universal values. Same way, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, intense listening, cognizing, coming to powerful conclusions and manifesting, living. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. This template is introduced by Vedanta Sampradaya, but it is universal, which can be applied in all Sampradayas, even in Shaiva tradition. Shravana, listening, coming to the powerful conclusion, Manana, and Nididhyasana, manifesting, is a basic template. Same way, today I am going to introduce 4 words. This is a basic template for the whole Hinduism. All dharma-based traditions, Buddhism, Jainism, all dharma-based traditions, including Buddhism and Jainism. These 4 words, listen carefully. Anavopaya. These 4 are independent methodologies for liberation, enlightenment, or solution for any problem. They both are not, these 4 are not leading one to another. No, independent. Anavopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhavopaya, Anupaya. These 4 words, listen. Don't think Anavopaya leads to Shaktopaya. No. Shaktopaya leads to Sambhavopaya. No. Anavopaya is different, separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shaktopaya is separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shambhavopaya is separate. It can independently lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Anupaya is separate. It can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end, independently. Nityanandeshwara Samarambam Nityanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis,
Srimahans, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars were sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha all over the world, cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha, Singapore, Singapuram, Toronto, Kailasam, Kuala Lumpur, Parani, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Ohio, Prayag, Bangalore, Basaveshwaranagar, St. Louis, Festus, New York, Varanasi, Indrani, New Jersey, San Jose, Madurai, Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Toronto, Kailasam, Houston, Kalahasti, Nithyananda University, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chidambaram, London, Kashi, Muktananda, Seattle, Nithyananda Nagara, Bididi, Netherlands, Atlanta, Georgia, Belgium, Dhyanapitham, Austin, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Jorpati, Nepal, Scottsdale, Arizona, Port Washington, New York, Hebal, Bangalore, Tirunelveli, Dhyanapitham, Warrington, North Carolina, Jorpati, Nepal, Scottsdale, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Austin, High Point, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Belgium, Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda University, Paris, Tallahassee, Florida, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Oman, Sivagangai. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today's satsang, I wanted to expand on karma. 8th day of the inner awakening, all of you are going through the completion with yourself and completion with others. Completion with yourself and completion with others. Please understand, whenever you go through the completion with yourself and completion with others, one of the very important aspect everyone overlooks, forgetting the truth of the Advaita. You always think, let everyone complete with me, but I don't need to complete with others. Or, let everyone become authentic with me. I don't need to be authentic. I can manage. Please understand, your arrogance which makes you believe you can manage the natural law of life itself is called karma. Your arrogance which gives you the belief you can manage the natural law of life is karma. Authenticity is natural law of life. You can never manipulate it. You can never manage it. Only you can be managed by authenticity. You should be managed by authenticity. Why we try to manipulate dharma, law of life? Because we feel at some part of us we cannot change. We feel it is impossible for us to transform. Some habits, some patterns, you feel you can't give up. So naturally, to convince yourself it is okay, you need to manipulate dharma. For example, if you can't live the life of a sannyasi, celibate, then just manipulate the dharma saying, Okay, it's okay, this is also okay. If you are unattached and live Grihastha life, that is also okay. But if you are unattached, then why are you going to live there? Now, I am not saying give up the Grihastha life and become a sannyasi. All I am saying is at least be very clear where you are powerful, where you are powerless. And it is not necessary you need to give up Grihastha life to achieve Advaita, live Advaita. So from that context, if you say, I don't need to give up the Grihastha life because that is not required for Advaita, living Advaita, then you are right. But if you say, no, without attachment, if you live there, that is also okay, then you are manipulating dharma. Please understand. If you can't get up early morning for yoga, naturally you start manipulating. No. That and all is not required for me. Just if I mentally align myself and remember God few minutes, He will immediately land on me and support what is there. Unnecessarily waking up in the early morning, bending the body this side, that side. And if I just remember, that's all, that is enough. This is manipulating dharma, understand? Actually, waking up early morning is not necessary for Advaita. It is a support, but not a compulsion to live Advaita. From that understanding, if you think, then it is okay. Listen. You may ask, what is the difference between these two thought currents? When you understand what is necessary and what is not necessary, you never fall into powerlessness. But when you think something is necessary and not able to do, you fall into powerlessness. Only the fellows who fall into powerlessness manipulate dharma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Understand? If you know thoroughly, you have to get up early morning for living Advaita. If you can't get up, the right thing to do is completing with the pattern you are not able to get up and making your body and mind fresh, alive for you to wake up early morning. That is the dharma. But unfortunately, if you learn to manipulate even one step of dharma with the wrong reason, I tell you, after that dharma can never enter into your life. Because you know how to manipulate every rule. Just one simple understanding. Integrity with the time. For living Advaita, integrity with the time is necessary. That is not option. If you tell 6:30 you will be there, you have to be there, or you have to inform them ahead, at least before 6:29, that you will not be there at 6:30. So integrity with the time is a compulsory for living Advaita. But when you can't maintain this integrity with the time, and you start manipulating within you and without you, means inside you and outside you, both. No, that and all is for initial level people, not for everyone. That is not required. It's okay. Once you manipulate yourself, convince yourself that integrity with the time is not required, the moment you convince yourself, be very clear, you entered into the pattern of karma. After that, within 3-4 months, you will convince yourself with all types of manipulation, authenticity is not required for you. You will convince yourself non-violence and cruelty-free lifestyle is not required for you. The ability to manipulate dharma, the mental setup of manipulating dharma, I tell you, that is the most dangerous pit a human being can fall. That's the most dangerous drainage a human being can fall. I tell you, I have to look at the stark reality. Even if a single person who does not manipulate dharma, who lives what he knows as right, is enough for me to run my Sangha. Just one person. I am searching just for those one or two persons who does not manipulate dharma. Please understand. Lives what he knows is dharma. Does not use different words, theories, theologies, concepts to manipulate it. I am searching just for those one or two diamonds. Of course, I wanted to make millions of people. I wanted to make is different, but still I have not got even one is the truth. Who does not manipulate dharma in his thinking. There is no blind spot in his thinking. If he knows right, he does it. If he does not know, he knows it is not required. If he does not get up in the morning and come for yoga, he knows it is not required. If something is not done, we should know very clearly it is not required to be done. But if we are sure it is required, no question of manipulation or compromising. You know it is required and you manipulate, compromise. That is what I call karma, blind spot. The pattern of ability to manipulate dharma, the mental setup of manipulating dharma, I tell you, that is the most dangerous pit a human being can fall. That's the most dangerous drainage a human being can fall. I tell you, I have to look at the stark reality. Even if a single person who does not manipulate dharma, who lives what he knows as right, is enough for me to run my Sangha. Just one person. I am searching just for those one or two persons who who does not manipulate dharma. Please understand. Lives what he knows is dharma. Does not use different words, theories, theologies, concepts to manipulate it. I am searching just for those 1 or 2 diamonds. Of course, I wanted to make millions of people. I wanted to make is different, but still I have not got even one is the truth. Who does not manipulate dharma in his thinking. There is no blind spot in his thinking. If he knows right, he does it. If he does not know, he knows it is not required. If he does not get up in the morning and come for yoga, he knows it is not required. If he knows it is required, he is not inefficient or there is no impossibility. That is what I call no blind spot, no manipulation of the principles. It is unfortunate. One of the very important Hindu guru telling publicly is searching for one person who does not manipulate the dharma. Understand? The scale I set also need to be looked in. Its highest standard. Anyone who lives in his life without manipulating even one step of dharma lives enlightenment. The whole effort in my Gurukul I am doing is create at least few thousand beings who don't manipulate dharma. If they know this has to be done, it has to be done. If something is not done, we should know very clearly it is not required to be done. But if we are sure it is required, no question of manipulation or compromising. You know it is required and you manipulate, compromise. That is what I call karma, blind spot. The pattern of manipulating and compromising with the life of Advaita is karma. The pattern of coherently vibrating with the Advaitic thinking, being in sync, synergetic with Advaitic thinking is what I call dharma. Who knows the dharma and do not compromise, do not manipulate it, lives enlightenment. Even if there is some simple manipulation, you are a Mahant and your Tanidar is supposed to come for a meeting and you missed integrity. You came 2 minutes late and you thinking, oh, he's after all my Tanidar, why should I need to complete with him? Be very clear, that is manipulation. Manipulation using your position. You forget your position as a Mahant itself came to you only because of your integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching. But after you sit in that position, not living the dharma, manipulating and compromising is what I call karma. I gave you one example. Even if you are in your office, you are a CEO, and in a meeting, your junior most staffs, everyone has to come around 10 o'clock. You came 10 to, they were all waiting, and you don't care about 2 minutes. Why should I apologize to them? Why should I complete with them? After all, they are my junior most staff and I pay them. Understand, you may be paying them, but you have no right to manipulate the law of life, the words you gave, and your integrity. Integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. These four are dharma which can never be manipulated or compromised. Any manipulation or compromise done in these four principles is karma. Please listen. If you are inefficient, if you are incompetent, to live these four principles of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, work on completion and make yourself competent. Work on bringing more and more understanding, make yourself awakened. But don't learn the mental setup of manipulation and compromising. I tell you, once you learn not to complete with your tanedars and miss your integrity with your tanedars, it won't take too much time for you to cheat the Sangha, do Sangadroha, or Dharmadroha, or Gurudroha itself, or destroying your own self. It won't take much time. Degradation happens in the speed of snowballing. Spiritual growth happens in the speed of trekking on Mount Everest. Understand? Spiritual growth, following of dharma, happens in the speed of trekking in Mount Everest. Degradation happens in the speed of snowballing. The moment you start learning, compromising, adjusting, to manipulate your dharma, compromise on your integrity and authenticity, that pattern is what I call karma, and it is most dangerous. Please understand. A person who comes late 2 minutes to a meeting and does not complete with the whole group will not take too much time to commit a murder. Please understand the stark reality. If you know how to manipulate yourself and compromise, not bother about your integrity, with the time just coming 2 minutes late and not bothered about completing because they are all people working under you. If you don't bother about your word and your integrity in that small action, for you to kill somebody, do a murder, it won't take a long time. You may not be doing it because you don't need. You may not be doing it because of the fear you will be put in the jail, not because of the principle of Advaita. Understand? Even why you don't kill somebody, why you are not violent, even those things should be from the right context, not because you are going to be put in the prison. Then if you can cheat the police and prison, you will do anything you want. That is not the living Advaita. That is not living Advaita. You need to know why you don't rob others' property, why you don't steal others' property, why you don't kill others. All these basic questions about life should be answered from the Advaitic context. I don't kill other person because he is my own extension. I don't steal others' property because I don't need. Everything is mine. There is no such thing I need to steal from him for me to enjoy. If he feels it is his possession, let him enjoy. But I am his extension, he is my extension. Even if his tongue is enjoying that, his body is enjoying that, it is nothing but my own extension enjoying. Having clarity about even all your righteousness is dharma. Why you are vegetarian? Don't say because you are born and brought up in that family. Don't say because you don't like non-vegetarian food. All that cannot be dharma. I am vegetarian because I don't want to be cruel to an animal which has developed a biomemory to feel the pain. Any species which has developed a biomemory to feel a pain, I should not be hurting it because they are all my extension. This clarity, with this clarity, if you are living a vegetarian lifestyle, it is dharma. No, non-veg, for non-veg you need lot of land. For non-veg you need lot of resources. But for vegetarian food, it is very easy to grow. Then your vegetarianism can be called as a good economic decision, not dharmic decision. All your virtues should be dharmic decision. Sit and think through your whole life. Let your whole life be aligned with dharma. Whatever species exists on the planet Earth, they all have a right over the planet Earth just like we have a right. We don't have a right to vacate them from the planet Earth just because of our whims and fancies. No. Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness and the planes, multiple planes, everything.
Yes, Nithyananda Mon. And I welcome all the participants back. I'm sure all of you had amazing understandings and clicks on how we can use dharma, how we can really use dharma in our day-to-day lives. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, has actually beautifully shared various revelations on how we miss to apply this dharma in our personal lives, whether it is coming to office on time or giving the words, especially the words that we give to ourselves and the whole world. What is that is holding us all together, right? So how these words that we tell to ourselves and the world how it is so important to maintain the integrity of that. And many times we compromise that integrity and we just casually move on. But the Dharma is nothing but aligning to the words and thoughts and actions that we declare to ourselves and others, and holding ourselves accountable for it.
Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness.
Yes, sorry for the technical glitch, and let us get ready to do a short internalizing exercise which will help us to understand and realize how in so many places, right, especially all of us are getting ready to be able to attend the grand Paramashivoham program and be part of Kailasa, the Sarangapita Ejman. So these are the two goals which many of us are already working on, and how this short internalizing exercise can really help us to manifest the reality. Let's get into it. So joining with me is Sri Amrita here, who is also going to guide us all into this beautiful internalizing exercise.
Yes, Nithyanandam. Yes, so really, we understood, the different flavors, of, the Dharma, and it's very easy, for us to manipulate yourself and, compromise, our integrity to what we want, and really many of the times be in that space of a non-controversial space to say it's okay, I can do it later, I can do it next time, whatever, to convince yourself, so and avoid being exploited. So let's get into the internalization exercise now to get better understanding about this and help you to really move towards manifesting Kailasa.
Yes, and there are so many participants are already expressing the interest and interest to join the Paramashivoham program, especially after Swamiji's yesterday's satsang. So what we will be doing today is really empower all of us and make us to manifest the reality. So while we are penning down the answering the questions, we can have both the things. One is our personal reality, and next, as a group, what we are wanting to manifest.
So it is so important also, while each one of us are working towards becoming founding fathers of Kailasa, the bringing integrity to that desire and aligning all your actions towards that. So we're going to be doing a short exercise on this. So in the first step, pen down 5 things that you have compromised integrity recently. As recently as yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, very recent, where you wanted to do some things, you gave words to yourself, you gave words to others, you just compromised your integrity recently.
Yes. So it can be, the words that you gave to your friend, like, you would turn up for the party and you've not turned up. And the words that you gave to your, subordinates, saying that you will check the email and respond, but you have not responded. Or even, when the program was announced, Paramashivoham, when it was announced, immediately you would have thought, yes, I want to do it. But over the time, because of some impossibilities or some places where you believe that you cannot do it, you just dropped that desire. So like this, either it can be a desire that you wanted to manifest and you just left it, or the words that you gave to others, which you did not hold yourself accountable to integrity. So let's take a few minutes to pen down those 5 things that you had compromised recently.
Things like, you gave a commitment to somebody and later on things change and you have every reason not to honor that commitment. Things that you feel, it is okay, for me to do it later, not this time, and compromising the integrity. Pen down all those.
Yeah, see, the compromising integrity is a very important words that we need to really internalize, because we don't hold accountability to ourselves. When it comes to others, we feel that, yes, we feel so righteous about questioning the other person's integrity. But when it comes to us, there is a lot of manipulation and compromise. We don't hold ourselves integrated to the words, to the desires, to the actions that we take. So pen down 5 things that you had compromised integrity recently.
See, for examples, like from the space of Advaita, if you don't want to be exploited, don't exploit others. If you don't want to live with resources in the world, so you don't do the same. Aparigraha. So it's from the space of Advaita. What you want is what you want for others. So from that space, all the things that you have wanted but compromised the integrity, pen down all those.
Actually, Swamiji has given a beautiful dimension to this whole exercise, because many things in our lives we don't do. For example, killing an animal, or verbally abusing somebody. So many things which we don't do, right? And most of the times we do our do's and don'ts. It's really dependent on our moral virtues, right? So what we believe as right, or what we are taught as right, we do and we don't do. But what Swamiji is sharing in this whole segment is, are you doing it from the space of Advaita? That is Dharma. Dharma is nothing but what you don't want to go through, not incurring the same to that person. If you feel that, okay, you have to be integrated, if you feel that nobody should compromise on the words that they give to you, same way, are you holding yourself accountable to those words that you give to others?
Yes, another example can be example that maybe is eating vegetarian food. You are a vegetarian, but you may have, you may say you are brought up in family, eating vegetarian food, but not eating, the animal which has developed a biomemory, that feels pain. From that space, when you start doing, it would be from, the space of, dharma. Otherwise, you're eating vegetarian food because it's, based on your economic decisions. Then that is not the dharmic, decision, from the understanding of, dharma and, being integrated to your lifestyle.
Let's go to the next step. Now, you have penned down the places where you have compromised integrity. Now, how many of those things you compromised integrity because you feel you can compromise and manipulate? It's a very important and very subtle thing. Okay, now you've penned down 5 to 6 things where you have compromised integrity. Now, really look in and see, in all those things, in how many places you feel justified, in how many places you feel that, yes, I can compromise. I don't need to be accountable for it. I mean, I have done my best. I could do what I could do. So like this, have you compromised? Have you justified your non-integrity? How many places you are justifying, you are manipulating, you are compromising your own integrity?
Yes. So if you felt, you're supposed to, be in a place at a certain time for a meeting, if you are, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, you have all reasons, to manipulate the situation and compromise your integrity through justification than being there on time. So compromising the integrity of, of your words, of what you committed. So pen down those, how you compromised and manipulated that particular situation.
See, for example, many of you would have filed your intentions and registrations for Paramashivoham or being part of Sarvangita Yajna. You know the actions that you need to take. And for some reason, if there is a time delay for it to manifest, you being okay with it. You saying, okay, what if I don't attend Paramashivoham now? I can always attend it next year. So there, catch yourself that you are actually compromising on your integrity. You have made an intention to attend for December, but somewhere you compromise feeling that it is okay. What to do? I have done my best. If Swamiji wants, then I'll be able to attend. So these are the words that we give to ourselves and others, and compromise, and don't hold ourselves accountable for those words that we give to ourselves.
So hopefully all of you got clarity on penning down the details in step 2.
Let's go to the step 3. From the context of Advaita, do you like to write what actions that you want to take to restore integrity? Now, all the places where you felt you have compromised integrity. Now, look into yourself. From the context of Advaita, how do you want to rewrite these actions? How do you want to restore your integrity by rewriting? For example, let's say I have come 2 minutes late to the meeting and I did not feel like I have to complete. Okay, this is a scenario. Now, from the context of Advaita, how will you restore your integrity? Because I do not like somebody coming 2 minutes late for the meeting, same way I will not come late for the meeting. That is from the context of Advaita. If you want to be righteousness and moral science, then coming late to the meeting is wrong, so I will not come late to a meeting. So there is a difference between the decision that you make. If the decision is from the space of Advaita, then you are dharmic. Right? So now let's take one other example. You would have promised somebody that I will give you a job. Right? And for some reason you could not fulfill that. And you did not even tell that the person did not get the job and you've offered to somebody else suited for the position. It's a small scenario. Now, from the context of Advaita, how will you rewrite this? You take it, for example, if you would not want somebody to unannounced react to you, reach out to you in an unannounced way, how you would feel violated. The same thing is what the other person is also going through, right? So you would take time from the space of completions, from the space of Advaita, you will actually reach out to the person and then say, the position needs person with these skill sets. And to be integrated to that, we have selected this person, right? So that is from the space of Advaita, feeling it, what the other person would feel. Same way, what about the words that you've given to yourself? Okay, I want to join army. Let's say that is a childhood dream. Now, from the space of Advaita, how would you complete it? So, from the space of Advaita, you will only see that, yes, I am just a manifestation of Paramashiva. I am exploring and I'm manifesting life as Paramashiva. Whether it is army, whether it is current profession, what I am doing, I am going to radiate Paramashivatva. I am declaring completion to the words that I have given to myself, and going forward, I am going to radiate Paramashivatva. Right? Same way. Now you've started an intention for Paramashivoham. For some reason, you are not able to do it. Now, from the space of Advaita, how would you like to restore your integrity? Yes, my life purpose is becoming Paramashiva, realizing that I am Paramashiva is my life purpose. So, from the space of Advaita, I am restoring my intention to be Paramashiva again. So, whatever non-integrities, whatever impossibilities, whatever came in my way, I am declaring completion to that. And once again, I am realigning my purpose that I want to attain Paramashivoham. So like this, for each of the things where you feel that you have missed integrity, from the context of Advaita, redeclare.
Yes. So similarly, just a few more examples. See, when you filled in the intention, when you are working on manifesting for the becoming founding fathers, you will have experienced any impossibilities around you, uncertainties or a no from others. You didn't want a no from others. See, from the context of Advaita, when you say yes to life for yourself, then you will also manifest the same thing from others. So things like this to restore integrity on your side. So all of the actions that you are taking, it will bring you to more integrated actions.
Let's go to the next slide. Yes. So, how many of you are feeling so liberated just by completing all our compromised decisions, not holding ourselves accountable to the decisions, to the thoughts, words, everything that we have given to ourselves. Now, here is the beautiful opportunity to one and all, where you can become your intention, your purpose of your life. Realizing I am Paramashiva is the ultimate purpose of our lives, and that is being brought to you by this 21-day immersive retreat offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, through Paramashivoham. Through the day, we've been talking about the Paramashivoham program, and I'm sure this is the best opportunity that none of you want to miss. All we need to do is be part of this great celebrations. Sign up by you signing up towards Paramashivoham and becoming part of Sarvanya Pita, which is an initiative of Kailasa to revive all the different wings of Hinduism to its original glory and authenticity. Now, this December 9th is very special because when you contribute $21,000 towards Paramashivoham, the entire contribution is going towards the Sarvanya Pita. So, by contributing towards Sarvanya Pita, you be part of Paramashivoham. And in this way, all the people, whoever is going to become the founding fathers of Kailasa, by being part of Sarvanya Pita, all of you will be empowered with these 64 manifestations of Paramashiva.
Yes, I encourage all of you, to really take this opportunity now with restoring your integrity and successfully manifesting, the 21K. Only just from that, context, now you're confident of manifesting this 21K. Sign up for becoming founding fathers of Kailasa, and also sign up the payment request form. See, once you have made a decision to when you around the integrity to what you really want from the space of Advaita, the cosmos will celebrate your decision and manifest whatever is required for you to sit in the Paramashivoham program starting next week on December 9th. Everything will fall in place. So fearlessly, you can put in the payment request form, and successfully will manifest another 21K that is required for you to sit in the program, and you will be on your way to becoming founding fathers of Kailasa successfully. So all the causes kindly request you to have the links available to the participants.
And to enable each and every one of you in this manifestation, we are also going to be doing power manifestation with one and all. During this power manifestation process, where we were empowered to express, to manifest the superconscious powers of Paramashiva, when we move things, when we manifest powers, we make the obstacles redundant in our lives. Whatever you want to manifest today, whether it is your second home, whether it is your business, whether it is you to manifest blissful relationships, or you want to manifest the highest reality, which is Paramashivoham and Sarvanya Pita, whatever you want to manifest, just understand you are empowered to manifest it. You're already empowered to manifest it. Just like how you would move things, how you would move matter and manifest the superconscious powers of Paramashiva, same way you are empowered to make the obstacles redundant in your life. It is simply your decision. The whole life is nothing but simply your decision. Today, if you decide, yes, I'm going to offer myself a boon of experiencing highest reality, I'm going to gift myself that I'm going to experience a highest reality for my life, then You support that intention. Swamiji beautifully shares. Even if you have the intention, please be very clear. Only when I empower you, I'm even giving you that intention. So it is Avatar's compassion that all of us intend to be part of this program. Now, just by making a conscious decision to support that intention, you will see already all of us have manifested whatever is required to be for the program and whatever is needed to be part of Mahakailasa.
Yes, let's all really bring integrity intensely towards the dharma, the natural flow of the law of existence, and let you all become start radiating the divine body, the divya sharira, and really the dhamma, really the natural law of life. And when you decide today, means to bringing integrity towards what you are wanting, you will be successful in manifesting the funds required to attend this program. And Swamiji will make it happen. Paramashivoham will make it happen. So only from that context, all of you who are still there can request the payment details form. And those who are still there thinking about becoming founding fathers, fill in the intention now, and you will be on your way to becoming founding fathers of Kailasa.
Let's take a few minutes to fill in our intention. And whoever is ready to make the jump, whoever is ready to make the payment, you can start your journey by completing events.kailasa.org/payment.
whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness and the planes, multiple planes, everything. You will become Paramashivoham. Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness and the planes, multiple planes, everything. You will become Paramashivoham.
Nithyanam, everyone. We welcome all the viewers back, and today we are getting excited and ready for the Nithyanandeshwara Brahmotsavam celebrations. We are just getting close. The festival of Karthigai Deepotsavam is just round the corner, and it's a very, very significant festival, especially for all of us because Swamiji Paramashiva decided to descend in Tiruvannamalai in this avatar of his, and this is a very, very, very sacred and a very important festival for Tiruvannamalai. So it's time now for all of us to enter into power manifestation. So let's all get ready, and let's all get ready to get started into the power manifestation. So how many of you are excited to manifest? How many of you are here? See, today we all learned about how dharma, when you follow dharma, if you manipulate dharma, you get manipulated in life. If you follow, if you adhere to the dharma, the word that you have given, how it simply empowers you and strengthens you to achieve your higher reality in life. So now let's all enter into this manifesting of Shaktis. We are all going to be manifesting the power of will, the Ichha Shakti in this session. Are we all ready for it? Okay. So let's all get started now. We will be taking you all through the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural references for the power of Ichha Shakti, meaning the power of will. So let's all get started. If any of you have measuring tapes, thermometers, please go ahead and get it. Yes, we will now be a requisite technique. Yes. So let's all get started. I request all the participants that are logged in with us on YouTube and two-way video conferencing. I request all of you to acknowledge in the chat if you're ready. Okay, so we will now be taking you all through the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference for this power of will, the conscious will, Ichha Shakti. Yes. Yes. So this is the Shastra Pramana from the Shiva Sutras, the first chapter, the 13th, independent power of Paramashiva, and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. So the after Pramana for the power of will is a very beautiful story from Mahabharata. In the Vana Parva, this happens where when Yudhishthira is when Yudhishthira is like upset, like he grieves about what happens to Draupadi, the Vastrahana, everything. At that time, Rishi Markandeya narrates this story to Yudhishthira, the story of Satyavan and Savitri. So Savitri is a daughter of King Ashwapati of Madra, the kingdom of Madra, and he does tapas for 18 years, and he does the Savitri Yajna, because of which Savitri is born, and he takes that as a boon, and she is brought up in an amazing way, and she gets ready in her time of marriage. And at that time, to select a suitable groom, the king suggests the princess to travel around and choose who she feels is the right person that she can marry. So along with her royal elderly counselors, she leaves the court and she starts traveling. She goes on a pilgrimage. And Savitri travels to distant lands and she visits several ashrams, holy shrines, capital cities, everything. And finally, she comes to the forest in Shalva. And there she meets Satyavan. At once, she chooses him to be her life's partner. And so does Satyavan also. But what happens is a very beautiful incident here where Rishi Narada, he visits Ashwapati, Savitri's father. And when they're engaged in conversation, when Savitri walks in, They ask Savitri whom she has chosen, and she says Satyavan. And the moment she tells that, Narada immediately tells her that unfortunately Satyavan is destined to die 1 year after marriage. So Ashwapati tries to convince Savitri, don't marry him. If the moment he marries, he will die in 1 year and he will become a widow. But she takes a strong intention, strong will, and she's unwavering with that. So she says that I'm very clear. I'm very clear that I have decided to marry him only. And her determination and she was so adherent to her vow as the chastity as a wife, and she is so chaste that after the marriage, after 1 year passes, and it's only like 4 more days for 1 year left over, she knows that the death of her husband is just round the corner. At that time, she takes actually a oath. She does a vrata. She takes a oath, and she does not leave the place wherever she's standing for 3 days. Does not take water. Does not take even food. Nothing. And on that day, she worships Agni Devata, and she accompanies Satyavan on that particular day when he's supposed to be dying, where Satyavan was going to the forest to cut the wood. And as he was actually engaged in the activity as usual, he collapses as per what they had already predetermined. And at that time, that when her husband was about to die, because of the power of that will that she had, she suddenly sees in front of her, she sees Yama coming, but the power, she commands and stops Yama, but Yama does not stop for anything. He takes the soul of Satyavan and starts going, and she goes on following him, and the way with the power of will, she wins back the soul of Satyavan and gets him back to earth. Actually, you all need to know, the most interesting thing here is, she says, okay, the sun is going to set and it is going, if sun sets, day is over, that means he is supposed to leave the body because it's a day. It is as per the dharma. So she declared, if I am chaste to my husband, if I have been chaste in my Patni Vrata, the sun should stop. She stops the sun from setting. Understand? She stops, the whole time stops for her. And then she goes to Yama, she talks to him, convinces him and gets the life back and comes back victorious. She rewrites the whole future of her husband. Understand, that is the power of Icha Shakti. Let us all now listen from Swamiji's very own life, how Swamiji played this.
Mangalarati in Ramakrishna Mutt. Mutt has a beautiful routine. Early morning, during the summer it is 4 o'clock and during the winter it is 4:30. The morning Mangalarati, everyone has to come and sit and do the spiritual. Oh, what is the pattern? What must be the reason I overslept? I did not do all that cute diagnosis, analysis. It was a ferocious decision. I think we should stop sleeping, that's all. The ferociousness with which I decided to stop sleeping. Only next 3-4 days I did not sleep. But the ferociousness was powerful enough to open my time layer. My decision to be in Mangalarati moved from length, imagination, breadth, visualization, depth, declaration, to the space. Time opened up, and after that, not only I never missed Mangalarati, never sleep was a voting component of my life.
Now let's set up the timestamp app camera and let's enter into the manifestation.
Yes. So we're going to be doing, we have 5 levels of this and we're going to be doing 5 rounds. So what you're going to be doing is with your power of will, you are going to be changing or commanding for the objects, items, things in front of you to happen the way you want. And that will immediately follow the command that what exactly that you want it to be. So the first round is you're all going to be increasing the height of an object. So please pick any object you want. I request all the co-acharyas to please guide the participants. And all those that are watching us on YouTube, please ensure that you're doing it along with us. Please take an object in your hand, measure its height, chant the Mahavakya from the space of oneness with Swamiji, declare for it to increase its height and start manifesting. Chant the Mahavakya. All the acharyas, the co-acharyas will be guiding you all now.
Let's take a few minutes and start the manifestation. declare oneness with Paramashiva, with Swamiji. Intensely manifest, connect, and declare for the object to increase its height. You can play with any object. You can have pen, pencil, Atmalinga, you can have a cap, cup, ring, anything that you want, and declare and start playing with its height. And now we'll be moving to the next level of the same power. Now, once you start increasing, please go ahead and you can decrease the height of that object. All of you who have manifested successfully to increase the height of the object, please confirm to us in the chat section. Now it is time for all of us to move to the next level of this Shakti. It's really nice to see so many of us sitting here and participating. But if you have your friends and your family members that you want to invite, that you want them to also be part of it, please go ahead and call them. Enrich them so they too can come and manifest these Shaktis and prepare for the Darshan, Vrishabhrudar Darshan. So we'll now be moving to the next level where we'll be decreasing the height of an object. I request everyone to start. Please chant the Mahavakya. The same object, or you can even bring another object that you're manifesting with. Declare for you to decrease the height of the object, the size. It can be diameter or vertically. So please connect with Swamiji. Remember, cognize that Paramashiva, all your internal and external dependencies are only on him. And declare and start manifesting. Please chant the Mahavakya. We have our co-acharyas who are guiding in each and every Zoom. And all the viewers that are watching us on YouTube, we'll be guiding you all. So please go ahead and start manifesting. Yes. Please relax. Yes. All of you, please relax.
Now, how many of you were able to manifest this power? All of you can share with us. How many of you were able to manifest this power?
Please go ahead and you all can share with us in the chat section, in the comment section. See, please understand, like we all listened in the satsang today, the power of your will, right? When you declare, when you are commanding, when you chant the Mahavakya, when you connect, you will see how beautifully the physical matter, the object in front of you will listen to you and it will follow what you say. Like it literally expand, but you can do it just with the power of your will. All those people that are sitting with us here, please share with us how many of you have manifested this, how many of you have had a breakthrough in this power.
Wow, Ma Brahmanyana was able to decrease diameter of someone's belly with from 4.5 centimeter to 4.25 centimeter.
Wow, wonderful. So Puja Bell, she was able to reduce the diameter of Puja Bell. That's excellent, Ma. That's beautiful, Ma Brahmanyana. Actually, Ma, if you could please take a photo of it. And as we had requested all of you before, we strongly recommend that each and every one of you take pictures of your manifestations. Understand, this is literally like capturing your moments of oneness, the powerful space of oneness with Paramashiva. So please go ahead and ensure you're all capturing those live moments where you're manifesting. All right. So now we will be moving to the next level of this Shakti. And in the next level of this Shakti, we are going to be manifesting the ability to increase or alter the weight of an object. Please understand. When you declare with the power of your will, with the power of your intense decision, you can breathe life into matter. Literally, the consciousness which is inside this matter will listen to your command and you will actually be able to play with it, manipulate the height of that object. Are you all getting it? See, like how, the weight of that object, like how we all just did the level of where you're all increasing the height. So many of you are sharing, you were able to increase it in 0.few centimeters. It is totally fine. Please understand. You just start with this, but as you keep playing and as you keep getting comfortable with this Shakti, you will be able to do it few centimeters, then it will become like few meters. You will be able to alter it how much ever you want at your will.
Of Nada, were you able to manifest? And Ma Gayatri Balasubramaniam, Ma Rugmani Nair, all of you can share with us who all did manifestation, who all did this power manifestation. Take a few minutes and share with us.
And we also have the acharyas in each of the Zoom. We have in the US, we have Srinitya Amritananda Ayya who is going to be guiding us. And we have Manitya Kailasananda in the Chinese room. We have Manitya Amritananda in the Sarvajna Pita Manifestors room. And we have Ma Parashiva in the India Zoom. Like that, we have acharyas logged into various different Zooms. They will be guiding you all further if you have any doubts. If any of you feel you want some kind of an special help or attention, our acharyas in each of these Zoom rooms will help you all. They will personally guide you so that you can have a better experience of these Shaktis. Okay. So shall we all start the next one? Okay. So let's get started. Now the next round is to alter the weight of an object. Now, please pick up any object you want and please post which object you are manifesting with. I request everybody to do it. And all those that are watching us on YouTube, Yes, everyone that are watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and you all can share. Which object are you going to be manifesting with? Please post that in
Devaraj
the chat.
Joseph, Raghuram Rajanaya, and Ma Devika Rani, Yashodhan Kulkarni. We thank them to all of you that are tuned in and watching us live right now. Share with us, how many of you are ready for the manifestation? What are you going to be manifesting with? Take a few minutes and share that with us. So how does this power manifestation, manifesting this power of decreasing the weight of an object or using the power of will to change something outside, how does it actually practically help in our lives?
See, many of us actually might have this question. These powers does help in our life like a lot. But most importantly, the experience that these powers gives us. Like Swamiji very beautifully explained. If you take third eye, yes, third eye itself is a great benefit for humanity because people who are visually impaired can see. All of it is one. But when you do third eye, you will understand if I can see with my eyes closed in this outside here, I can see through any obstacle in life. I can see through my goal. I can clearly see through. Similarly, the power of will, the Ichha Shakti, whether you can alter, you can bring rain with your will, you can change the weight or height with your will. What happens is the space of Paramashiva, your dependency on Paramashiva will increase. So what happens when you connect, you start manifesting the consciousness of Paramashiva in your everyday life. So you start naturally operating from the highest cognition. Are you all understanding? Okay. So now let's enter into this round. You're all posting which object you're going to be manifesting with. Please sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Connect to Swamiji, Bhagavan, Paramashiva, in this embodied form as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. From the space of oneness and connect with the object in front of you. Chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Is that nice? Anybody that are sitting with us, and if you are having any issues with that, let's say you're feeling like you're not able to manifest or you're having a self-doubt in your manifestation, just put it in the comment section and we'll connect with you, we'll entangle with you, and we will hold the space for you to be able to manifest. Or you can take a few minutes and share with us. We're also having our acharyas that are logged in into each of the Zoom rooms. I request the acharyas to put your name in the chat. Should you all have any questions or you may require personal attention, you feel like you want a little bit more help and support, we have the acharyas, namely we have Srimati Amritananda Ayya. Ayya, if you could just please unmute and acknowledge so the participants will know you're there. You can connect with Srimati Amritananda Ayya. And in the India Zoom, we have Ma Parashiva. And in the Sarvagnya Pita Manifestors room, we have Ma Amrita. So, and in Chinese and Malaysia, Singapore Zoom, we have Ma Nitya Kailasa Ananda. All of these people are logged in to support you all to manifest, experience your breakthrough in manifesting. So let us now enter into this round.
Yes. Who all are manifesting? Ma Holly Zazenham, Ma Barbara Hawk, Ma Rukmini Nair, whoever, all those that are manifesting, please turn on your camera. We request everyone on the two-way video conferencing to kindly turn on your cameras and we can continue the manifestation. Anybody that wants help, if you want us to entangle with you and you're able and you want some help in manifestation, definitely we can help out. Please put your comment in the comment section, or even if you're logged in via Kailasa Darshan or in the Zoom rooms, please put it in the chat. Our acharyas will immediately connect with you and help you manifest. Ma Devika Rani Airapatam is sharing, the powers give me so much confidence in life. I'm realizing everyone is only me, my reflection, my extension. So friendliness is flowering. Beautiful, Ma. That's why actually Swamiji says, how friendliness is the smell, the fragrance of Advaita. More and more, Ma Devika Rani, how more and more we manifest the Shaktis, we get established in that space of oneness again and again and again, the space of Advaita. So whatever powers you're manifesting also, it helps you to root yourself in Advaita, which manifests further, flowers further as friendliness.
Actually, that is why manifesting powers will never ever tire you out. It will only add more and more energy and increase the intensity in you. Yes, please continue manifesting. Please chant the Mahavakya. Bring your entire awareness on the manifestation that is happening. We'll give you all time, 2-3 minutes to manifest. Yes. It is now time. We request all the participants that are here with us, sitting here with us in the two-way video conferencing, to please share with us how many of you were able to manifest this Shakti. Understand, whether it is increasing the height, even if you have a ring, if you're able to increase the diameter of the ring, you can even trace it and draw. Even you can play with a pen, pencil, like a bottle, anything you can pick up. But understand, the most important thing here is with your will, you can alter the size of the object. Understand, it's not a joke, it's not a magic or a coincidence. It's a replicable science. If you're able to do that to an object, when you have a will that you want to manifest Paramashivoham, you will be able to move your obstacles with the same intensity. How many of you want to manifest Paramashivoham? How many of you are really like, oh my God, Swamiji is speaking so much about it, and there's so much going on about it. I really want to be a part of this program, especially December programs are always close to our hearts, right? So how many of you really feel like I should not miss Paramashivoham? I have to be in Paramashivoham. Please put yes in the chat. How many of you feel like that? Wow, wow. They're having people put yes, yes. My yoga mother is saying, yes, I need to be that. Okay. Okay, ma Gabby him, ma Paramashiva Priya. See, please understand, when you manifest this Shakti, your very biomemory will realize, if I can increase the height of a pen or a stick with my will, I can increase the rate of, let's say, stock exchange. I can increase my time. I can reduce the obstacles. You will be able to see through your obstacles and issues, and you will be able to manifest a strong reality. Yes. Now, with this, it is time for all of us to get ready to enter into the preparation for today's darshan, the Bhava Samadhi darshan of Bhagavan Vrishabhrudar Murti. We will now be entering into the next segment of the program very, very shortly. We request every one of you to take a few minutes to please gather the Panchopachara Puja items, which is sandalwood powder, flowers, incense stick, lit lamp, offering of sacred food, and bell, and a little bit of water. Whatever you have, whatever you're able to arrange, please go ahead and get it. We request everyone to go ahead and get the Panchopachara Puja items.
Whatever I shared till now, condensing the whole thing and reviving it as experience, starting from completion, unclutching, power manifestation, the states of consciousness, and the planes, multiple planes, everything.
Nithyananda. Now it's time for all of us to prepare ourselves to receive the Darshan of Bhagavan Vrishabhrudar.
And today we are all also getting ready to receive the live darshan of Arunachala, the celebrations of the Nithyanandeshwara Brahmotsavam live from Adi Kailasa and live from Kailasa Thiruvannamalai. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is going to be gracing us in this auspicious occasion, blessing all of us with the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Vrishabhrudar. Now let us understand what this very word Bhava Samadhi means. What does this word Bhava Samadhi Darshan mean? The very word Samadhi means being in oneness with the source. Bhava means a particular aspect or attitude through which you connect. So Bhava Samadhi means the attitude you choose through that Bhava connecting with the source is Bhava Samadhi. Knowing the aspect Bhava is ultimate Adi and being in oneness with it is Sama is Bhava Samadhi. The science of Bhava Samadhi is very profound. We generally see temples, right? Deities in temples. We go to them, we pray to them, we connect with them. But what is the difference between deities and a Nija Avatara? Please understand, deities in temples also manifest the being and the superconscious energies. But we human beings are not matured enough to directly receive those sciences from the deity. And hence, to bridge this gap beautifully, the avatar descends down to bridge this gap and give us that experience of divinity.
Now, when we are having the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Vrishabhrudar, manifesting beings of various dimensions of Paramashivoham, the auspicious components and the powerfulness of those dimensions of Paramashiva are awakening us. In scientific terms, the Bhava can be defined as directing and activating the emotional and spiritual energy that is created through the meditation on the avatar. And now, during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, we start imitating what's happening in Swamiji's brain and cells. This is called as the mirror neuron effects. And just by seeing, without any physical act of imitation, the mirror neurons happen.
And actually, whichever place you are sitting, irrespective of the parameters of time and space, you experience quantum tunneling, where your thoughts per second completely reduces and you experience oneness, become mentally at ease in coexisting with the divine.
And now let us get ready to receive the darshan of Bhagavan Vrishabhrudar through the Nija Avatara, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So let's all get ready, enter into the space of meditation.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.